Live. Hello, everybody. We'll give everyone a minute to join us. In the meantime, I'm Jules. This is Justin, our PMM at Sahara Labs. Welcome to this very special AMA. Today, we're diving into the official launch of the Sahara AI data services platform, which is now open to everybody. No whitelist needed. So whether you're curious, you're new to the platform, or you've contributed in earlier seasons during our private testnet, this is your chance to hear what's next and ask your questions to us directly. So you guys can start adding those questions to the chat below, and we'll get started momentarily. Okay, I see some people coming. Yeah, thank you, handshake. So Justin, while we're waiting for people to join us, do you want to give us a little brief background? Words are hard today. Wow.
Yeah.
Brief background on what data services platform is.
Yeah, for sure. So we're really excited about data services platform. We first rolled this out early December of last year. So it's our decentralized platform for labeling and collecting data used for AI development. We have users from across the world who are helping us label and review data sets for not only ourselves, but now partners. And in exchange for doing that, they can earn different rewards. So this is like really core to our product suite, and we're very excited to be where we are with it now after almost a year of having it kind of out in the wild.
That's kind of crazy. It's I remember when we first launched it, you had just been with the company for what, like 6 days?
Yeah, like a week. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
We were all on a trip. We were in Vancouver, Canada for NeurIPS, and we decided to do all these like last minute really cool marketing things because we were so excited to launch it. And people were pumped for it. I was pumped for it. It was a really exciting testnet.
Yeah. It was a crazy time being at an event like NeurIPS and then rolling out a product at the same time after being with the company for like a week. I don't think I've ever been thrown into the chaos quite so much, but it was super fun. It's been really fun kind of watching it evolve.
Yeah, it's kind of, speaking of evolution, it's kind of crazy. This is for those who aren't aware, this is kind of how Sahara AI really got its start, was just data services, right? And data is just the foundation to any AI. So it makes sense why we started with this, and it kind of dictates everything that we're doing now between our agent builder, our AI marketplace. It all kind of ends up going back to data, which is why I'm super excited for this platform.
Yeah. No, it's really core to who we are as a company and kind of our values and kind of where we started out. So watching it kind of evolve as we evolve and as we grow has been a privilege to say the least.
Awesome. Speaking of growing, what is new for those who have tried out the private testnet version of data services platform? Now that we have this full launch, what exactly is new?
Yeah, there's some really cool new stuff. So the biggest thing that people will notice is that we are now offering partner tasks within the platform. And so we have a growing ecosystem and network of different partners, Web3, Web2, and kind of all in between, who require data, whether it's for AI development or Web2 applications or even Web3 applications. They're coming to us and asking if we can help them, create that, fulfill those data sets. And so what users will notice now on the platform is that there's partner tasks, and part of the partner tasks means that, or by completing those partner tasks, users will be eligible to earn not just rewards from Sahara, from us, which has always been the case, but also from those partners. So we're kind of diversifying the reward structure for the first time, which is like super exciting for users.
Yeah, I agree. I think you brought up a lot of really interesting parts of the dual reward partner tasks. I think one thing that you kind of alluded to was the fact that this is also a really great way to find and interact with new emerging AI projects, because a lot of these partners, some are post TGE, right? So some of the rewards are these partner tokens, but a lot of these partners are pre-TGE. So you get to find other really cool AI projects that we've worked with and we have some level of relationship with and are able to do tasks, kind of experiment, see what they're all about, see what they're building, and get rewarded with their pre-TGE rewards and compensation for your actions, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a super good point. Like it's not only is it helping partners with data labeling, but it's also giving exposure to them and introducing people to all these amazing projects that we get to work with. And then on top of that, I kind of forgot like the most exciting part, which is that the platform is now open to everybody, right? So before it was whitelisted only, and now it's everyone can come in and contribute to tasks and earn rewards, so that's very, very exciting.
And the rewards aren't, just points anymore.
No, not points anymore. We've moved on to, now that we're post TGE, you can actually earn Sahara, which is amazing. So
Really, really exciting. Yeah, I see there's already so many people doing the tasks, right? Like a lot of people are reaching their limits.
yeah, yeah, it's actually crazy in some ways. We've had to slow it down a little bit, which I know can maybe be a little frustrating for like those power users who just want to contribute as much as possible. But we really do want to ensure that we can have some level of cadence to ensure that we have enough tasks for everyone to contribute to, and we're going to keep adding tasks and keep adding partners as we go along. So
Yeah, I think looking back, I love looking through all of the comments on X and especially in our private test time and seeing what people were working on and what got people most excited. And one of those was the like red team adversarial task writing, the prompting,
yeah, yeah,
breaking prompts. Those were really, really cool. Are we going to see anything like that again in this open launch?
we might there's a whole there's a ton of task diversity and collection targets that we are currently evaluating with new partners that we haven't even introduced on the platform yet. So anything's possible. I would say if you're into those sort of tasks, um, you could probably expect more of it. So
Yeah, absolutely. There's always going to be enterprises. So those were like our
yeah,
enterprise tasks, which
yeah,
I
that's right.
really like. I think you spoke a lot about our like dual rewards tasks, which are cool because they're with all these like different partner projects. But we have a lot of cool like enterprises that we work with that don't necessarily want to be named, or they don't
Yep,
do they're not involved in the dual rewards program. But every single task that you're doing on data services platform is for some project or enterprise. You're not just doing tasks for the sake of doing tasks, which I think is really, really amazing. So those tasks all were for a reason as well, right? And more than likely, there's going to be other really cool projects that want really cool sets of data. And that's one thing that I really love about data services platform is the diversity and seeing how many new things even I can learn through some of the tasks that we're doing. Yeah,
yeah,
it's really, really cool.
yeah. I think that's one of the things I like about it too, right? Is that you're contributing to like real AI use cases. This isn't just like a gamified system where you're completing tasks, for fun. These are actually being used in real applications or being used in the real world. So I think, for users and for contributors, that's really exciting because you really are building like the future of AI. Like
Mhm.
this wouldn't be possible without those annotators and labelers. So I think that's a really, really cool component of the platform.
Oh. Also super simple to use, right? There's platforms like
It's so easy.
Scale,
Yeah,
Amazon Mechanical Turk, where those are like more enterprise, actual like bring people
yeah,
on as potential employees. Like it
yeah,
gets really, really complicated. It's like so easy to just kind of log in, see what's available, do them, and then get rewarded in actual crypto
yeah.
for your contributions, which is really, really amazing.
Yeah, that's just it, right? Like I think anyone who has like any level of domain expertise or knowledge in a certain subject, like you can earn with this platform, and it's so easy to use. And as we continue to evolve the platform and add new features, that's always at the core or at the forefront of everything we do is like let's just make this as seamless and as easy as possible for people. So
Yeah, we do have quite a bit of audience questions from various different channels, just kind of aggregating them 1 second. So I want to make sure that we get through those because this is technically an AMA. So one question I'm seeing, how do I know if my contributions are useful or high quality?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have a machine learning process for approving data points and for reviewing submissions. So ultimately, we are looking for like the highest quality data points possible. And so, you know, in the past, we had a success rate or approval rate of like over 90%. I think it was like 95% or something crazy. So very, very important call out that like as much as this platform is for everybody, we do really pride ourselves on data quality as well. So that's why when we say if you're wanting to contribute to the platform, it's always a good idea if you're completing tasks or applying for tasks that you yourself, are knowledgeable about or consider yourself an expert in. That just increases your chances of contributing what we'd call like approved data points, which are ones that will be rewarded, accordingly. So.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point that just because you're doing the work, right, doesn't mean you're going to get paid. If you're just doing work just for the sake of doing work, hoping that you're going to get some like Sahara out of it, it's not going to work that way. Like,
Yeah.
you do have quality checks,
Yeah.
so your data points have to pass through several different iterations of quality checks too. You have the automated checks, you have the decentralized peer review, then you have the in-house quality assurance. If it's with a partner, one of those dual reward tasks, partners are then going to review to make sure that the data works for what they're trying to do. So lots of different rounds of review.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just to ensure that we're providing partners and enterprises with the highest quality data possible, but also it just makes the platform more fun for everyone ultimately if we can kind of guarantee that like the tasks you're working on require high data quality. It's only because they're going to be used in real applications, right? So that's why.
Yeah, that's actually one thing that I was really excited about when we did the studies. We did our like quality assurance studies for our private testnet seasons, and that's how we were able to come up with that like 90 to 95% number.
Yeah.
And I was honestly I was amazed that we were able to receive such high quality scores through like even just the initial like peer review. Because for those who aren't familiar with data services platform, right, usually you're either an annotator or a reviewer, right? And the reviewers, if you're assigned that role, review the data that's been collected or annotated by the annotator. And if anybody's been in crypto or Web3 for, as long as we have, that any kind of Web3 project, especially when there's some kind of incentive attached to it, is going to be, at risk of a Sybil attack. And I was worried there was going to be a like really, really big Sybil influence. And it turns out that, there wasn't, which was really, really good because those decentralized peer reviewers are actually able to act in accordance and get a lot of that bad data out, which is really great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Another question. Why am I restricted to only a few tasks per day? Is there any way to raise the limit?
Yeah. So this is what we were talking about before. I can understand how that might be frustrating for some of our users. The reason it's set up that way right now is just because for this initial launch, we kind of rolled out with a handful of partners and kind of a smaller amount of data collection target or lower amount of data collection targets. And so as time goes on, we are going to keep adding more and more tasks. And by doing that, we will be able to increase the limits because there will be more tasks for people to do. So as it stands currently, there is a fairly restrictive limit just because we want to ensure that everybody kind of has a chance to complete tasks. One thing that we are working on is adding some incentives or reward mechanisms for maybe like returning users or users who have contributed really high data quality or really high data points in the past. So don't be discouraged. There's lots of new stuff coming out that is going to ensure everyone is rewarded, accordingly and appropriately based on previous contributions, current contributions, and so forth. So this is just like the beginning. There's lots of cool stuff coming.
If you have any feedback too, don't be afraid to like join our Discord and
Yeah.
just put it there. We
Yeah.
collect all of that.
Yeah, definitely join the Discord. I can't recommend that enough. We are always hanging out there, collecting feedback and chatting with folks. So
Okay, let's see. What are some examples of the kinds of tasks I might see in data services platform?
yeah, so that's a great question. Right now there's, it could be anything. It could be like voiceover, it could be labeling images, it could be voice to text. Like there's so many different things that are being added to the platform constantly. In the past, I think Jules mentioned this before, but there was like adversarial prompts. So you were, actually writing like adversarial prompts for kind of like mature content, if you will. So again, like the sky's the limit. I think there's not really like any way to know kind of what we'll be putting on there next. Which makes it really exciting because no matter what you're interested in, eventually there will probably be something that's kind of speaks to that. So right now we are in the middle of talking with as many partners and as many enterprises as we can to have more and more tasks uploaded, and they will be across like a ton of different domains. So
It's really exciting. The possibilities really are endless, especially with data. Like there's always going to be a need for data, especially like human labeled, human created data when it comes to AI. Like I'm convinced that data is the next arms race when it comes to AI. It's not going to be this like East versus West. It's not going to be who has the best model. It's going to be who has the best data. And we've already seen that with like, Meta's partial acquisition of Scale AI, right? Like data is where it's at. Data is going to be the key differentiator, and being able to have really cool, good bespoke data is going to be extremely important for tomorrow's leading AI models and agents. And how do you get that data? Through through platforms like Sahara AI's data services platform, which is really exciting because it just means you all get to experiment and collect a lot of that data, which is really, really cool. And it's actually really, really, I don't want to say hard, but it's also it's hard. It can be time consuming. It's something that a lot of these like bigger corporations often struggle with, and it's one of the reasons why we see a lot of the like enterprises come to us after some of these bigger companies weren't able to complete their data requests. And one of the like key differentiators that we have and we're able to do is that like diversity in all of our users. The sheer amount and diversity of users that are able to complete these tasks in a timely manner is really, really cool. Yeah, I have a lot. Sorry, I'm like working on a bunch of case studies, so like those are all just stuck in my head, and I want to like talk about all of them, but I can't reveal any of the names yet until we produce those case studies. But like it's so exciting and so cool. Let's see. I wasn't part of the whitelisted seasons. Is there anything I'm missing out on starting now?
Great question. The short answer is now you can join. Sorry you weren't part of the whitelisted season. You know, even though we had like a lot of participants in the whitelist, there was an evaluation criteria that was part of the selection process. And there's definitely people who fell through the cracks. Like that's going to happen, right? Anytime you're using a whitelist. And so it's not to say that we don't value your contributions or anything like that at all. But now that's no longer a problem. You're welcome to join the platform and contribute, as much as you can.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you can earn Sahara now. You missed out on Sahara points and our airdrop, but now you can earn Sahara straight from the source. So
yeah, exactly.
Never too late to start. And that's the one thing too is we didn't really talk about this at the beginning, but like the introduction of this new like gig economy is super, super exciting. Like if you're looking for some extra, crypto, there's really no better way to like go through it than to just, hey, I need, let me perform these tasks and I can earn the rewards for them. And that's that. And obviously there's going to be much more rewards in it. Things are going to change and be a lot more fluid and dynamic as things go on, and we introduce like new task types, new tasks, and new mechanisms, which we can't go super into at this moment. But like this is the start of this new collaborative AI economy, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, I mean, you're no longer confined to just like buying crypto with, you're trading crypto or like using fiat to purchase crypto. Like now you can
Mhm.
earn crypto with your knowledge, right? Like if you just know a lot about a certain subject, you can get paid in crypto for just being a domain expert, right? Which is super cool.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's so many projects now that's like they're either pre-TG projects and you grind at the hopes of like earning a token drop and then that's it,
Yeah.
or you have to like own a bunch of the crypto and stake it, and then you earn, some kind of dividend reward from your staking. But this is like, no, you just go in, you do work, you get rewarded for that work, and I just think that conceptually is really really cool, and you don't see enough of that,
Yeah. Yeah. You're
especially.
literally just, yeah. I mean, you're just investing your time and your knowledge, right?
Mhm. Do, do, do. How can I stay involved or get notified about new tasks and features?
Great question. So there's a few things you can do. Number one is join the Discord. We always make our big announcements and platform updates there. So first and foremost, join Discord. The second one is we do have email lists as well, where we send out, updates to the platform, new tasks, etc. Follow us on Twitter or on X. That's also a great way to find out. But like join the Discord. The Discord is where you're going to get all this information. You can chat with other users and other contributors, which is awesome because they can offer advice. You can just find people that maybe are interested in the same topics and domains that you are, which is kind of fun. So yeah, long story short, join Discord.
Yeah. Also follow us on X if you're not following us already.
Yeah, of course.
If you're here, you're already on our page, so I'm assuming you're probably following us. But I
Hopefully,
usually, I'll post whenever new tasks go live too on there
yeah.
as Discord. Uh, there's also notifications to. I don't know. Does the notification center in DSP alert you when there's a new task dropped?
It does have notifications. However,
We should
I
add that.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it does have notifications. It will alert you for certain task updates and certain updates related to like tasks you're contributing to. But again, like, you know, um, that's one source of information. I also just recommend joining Discord as well on top of that,
Yeah.
just in case you miss something in the platform. Yeah,
Even you don't have the platform open 24/7 on
that's
like
right. Yeah,
one of the
like,
screens.
yeah. Yeah. It's not going to send you a notification to your phone. That's like
Yeah.
an important caveat, right? Like, whereas Discord, like if you have your notifications turned on with Discord, you'll get like a banner notification on your phone that
Hmm.
says like new tasks have been added, so then you can find out much more quickly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, are there still leaderboards or ways to track how I'm doing versus others?
Yeah, so there's a brand new dashboard that will show you like your rewards, what you've earned. We are going to be adding some new features, which will kind of emulate or look like the old leaderboard, but kind of like in a more exciting way. So I won't say too much about that right now. But the short answer is yes, and join the Discord. Because that is where a lot of this information will come out first. But yeah, there will
Mhm.
be there will be a new version of the leaderboard and some really really cool new features that again I can't really disclose right now because we're still working on them.
It's funny. You reminded me of a saying that one of my old CEOs used to say all the time was, if you want the best alpha, always go on Discord. That's where everybody discusses things first. It's the first place you learn about anything. Then it
Yeah,
gets disseminated to X.
yeah,
Things that you find on X have already probably been like out on Discord for a while now. And then after that, if you're seeing anything on like Cointelegraph or crypto news, it's probably already old news.
yeah, exactly.
It's so true.
Yeah,
Definitely check
yeah,
out the Discord. As for
yeah,
like any project.
yeah. And the cool thing about Discord versus like social, like X, is that it really gives like the secondary, or it really gives like a full feedback loop, right? So like you as a user can leave feedback for us, and we're actually going to see it, and we're going to read through all of it, and then incorporate that into the features that we choose to prioritize. So it's not just getting to receive access to information from us. You can also share your thoughts and your ideas, and we actually will take those and
Yeah.
incorporate them into our product
We
strategy. So
literally have a whole meeting on it where we
yeah,
just discuss,
like
here's the feedback that we've
yeah,
seen this week.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
So we do.
you're literally helping us build the platform, right? So that's also really cool. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's something that I find really, really awesome about it. So
Yeah, that's one thing I love about Sahara is everybody here is really passionate about the work we do. So it's exciting.
yeah,
Some more questions about the limits on how many tasks they can submit. So you might want to
yeah.
cover that one again.
Just stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. I know it's a little bit tough right now. Um, Part of the reason for that too that I also didn't really mention before is like, you know, when we opened the platform to everybody, it's anytime you do that, it's hard to know whether you're going to get like 1,000 people, are you going to get 1 million people? And so like we don't know until we put it out there, right? And so to err on the side of caution, we implemented these limits so that the tasks weren't done within like 10 minutes.
Hmm.
So um, as we add more tasks, as time goes on, you will see the restrictions lighten up. And so just stick with us.
Yeah, it's also an important like anti-Sybil measure too. I think
It
that's
is, yeah.
important to
It is
because you
this,
don't want.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We have some other cool like anti-Sybil stuff. I think I mentioned this in the announcement. One thing that we haven't activated yet, but will be activated at some point in the near future is certain tasks are going to require you to lock up a certain amount of Sahara, and that's just to prevent Sybil attacks on some of those like more complicated, higher paying tasks. And that's it's a pretty common anti-Sybil measure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the way that I think about security too is yes, it's for us, like it is for the Sahara, but it's also so that you as a user aren't being undermined, right? Like I would, for me, if I was contributing if I was labeling tasks and I spent, hours and hours every week doing it, and then found out that someone had set up like a script and like automated it and like completely bulldozed my submissions, like I'd be upset, right? Like, so it's not just to protect us, it's also to ensure that users um aren't being undermined and that your contributions like are actually being accepted and approved and so you can earn rewards.
Yeah, really well said.
Yeah.
When are more tasks going to be added? Lots of people curious about when we're going to add new tasks.
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a time, but I would say, yeah, like within a very short window, like within,
Yeah,
days and weeks.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
New tasks will be added regularly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really worry about that. Like you're going to see them
Yeah.
pop up. There's still plenty of tasks to do that are already
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe you could talk a little bit, Justin, about what goes on behind the scenes for like actually putting tasks in, because it's not necessarily as straightforward as somebody wants data services, and then an hour later like we have new tasks spun up. Like it's not that simple.
No, it's not. There's a couple different things that need to happen. So the way that it's set up right now, all of our tasks are again, or all the partner tasks, sorry, are exactly that. They're from partners, but they're also from like enterprise relationships as well. And because this is like an exchange of value, these are actual like contracts that we have with partners and with enterprises. And so um, there's a whole process of like determining what the budget is, determining what the collection targets are, determining what the timeline is. There's a lot of work that goes into this, and then even once all of that is confirmed, each one of these tasks requires very specific instructions. It requires like a technical lift on the actual engineering side of the platform to ensure that they present properly, that you're able to go through the different modules properly, that you know can see your acceptance status to know if you're going to earn rewards. Like there's a lot that goes into this. And each one of those has to be done on a one-to-one basis. It's not as though we can bulk upload tasks. um, every task that gets uploaded to the platform is vetted by us. It's added by us directly, and so that can be very time consuming. And we appreciate the patience as time goes on. As Jules mentioned, we're just going to keep adding more and more. And yeah, I think there will be a point in time where there's changes and features added to the platform that just make this process even smoother. So again, just stay tuned. It's on Discord.
Yeah. Even on top of all that, right? There's like um, a lot of times we'll have to do pilot tasks with them as well
Yeah,
to make
we do
sure
have to do
that
pilot
the
tasks. Yeah,
data actually works for what they're doing, which
yeah,
that's why sometimes you'll probably see a new task pop up, but it probably has very limited amount of data points and it
yeah,
disappears pretty quickly because people just snatch it up. Those are usually those like pilot tasks that we do with partners to ensure that the data is actually what they are looking for and they're good to like move on to a full-fledged um, integration or partnership, I
yeah,
should say.
yeah. That's a great point. Yeah, the pilot tasks are super super important. So again, that's just like part of what goes into running this, or not to running, but into uploading the tasks and ensuring that people can complete them.
Let's see what else. We have a few more questions here. What happens if my submission is rejected? Can I try again?
If your submission is rejected, you can try again, but I would, you know, again, like this comes back to what we were talking about before, where it's like just I would focus on the things that you are confident you're going to be able to be accepted by, right? So like, you know, if if let's say like you're really into like video editing or something, and there's a video related task where you're writing like captions or like closed captioning for different videos or something like that. That might be something that for sure, like, okay, this is going to take a lot of time and effort, but I know a lot about this subject, so I'm very confident that all my submissions will be approved and I'll earn rewards. And this is especially important as the tasks get harder, right? So like once you get up to like expert level tasks, if you don't feel like you're an expert in that task, it's probably not really worth your time to go through that process. So I always recommend like stick to what you know. But if you do want to branch out and explore different domains, just to test your own knowledge, which is fun, don't start at the expert level. Start at like the beginner level or the intermediate level.
Yeah, we saw that a lot with especially the like prompt writing, the jailbreak
Yeah,
prompt
yeah,
tasks, and
yeah,
a lot of people. I think that was like our lowest accuracy rate of
yeah,
all of the tasks that we had, and it obviously caused a little bit of an uproar because people were upset that they um, contributed a certain amount of data points and didn't get rewarded for it. But that's kind of the essence of data services platform as a whole, right? Is you're rewarded for like quality work. You don't just submit work for the sake of submitting work. Like you should know that you're contributing like high quality work that's going to be approved, or else what's the point, right? If your
yeah.
content isn't able to be used by actual AI systems, then it is not worth anything.
I think those jailbreaking prompts, if I remember correctly, I think they had like a 10, the advanced ones had
It
like
was
a,
like
yeah,
10%. Yeah,
10%. I think even the expert ones were like 3% acceptance rate, like crazy low. So yeah, you
yeah.
know,
And those are really easy to check too, because we didn't even need to do peer review for those. It was all machine review because it's a prompt, right? So it's like, did
yeah,
this prompt jailbreak the LLM? Yes or no?
yeah,
No? Okay.
yeah,
um, which is kind of crazy too, because it's like, it's not that hard to test to see if your like jailbreak prompt is like going to actually jailbreak before you submit it.
yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens once some of the more advanced and expert tasks come along, because those are actually like really, really fun and exciting, but they can be really difficult. So They
Oh man,
pay out a
yeah.
lot more, but they also take a lot more time to complete. So I would pay attention to the like per hour for each one. Don't get like caught up on this one pays, 50 Sahara and this one only pays 2 Sahara. So I'm going to do the 50 Sahara one. Yeah. Okay. But like, how long is it going to take you
Yeah.
to do that task? Because you might be able to get more per hour, more Sahara per hour, right? In some of the lower level tasks than those higher level tasks, especially if you're not an expert in it and it requires you to do a lot more research and checking your understanding to get there. So definitely is something you should be strategic about.
Yeah, some of them are, we design them or we upload them, and sometimes I'm like, man, these are so hard.
Yeah, we
So
had some like
yeah,
physics ones once, and I
yeah,
was like,
like what?
I tried to do it, and I was like, I can't, I no.
Yeah, I know. I think I tried that one too. I was like, yeah, it was above my head for sure. Yeah, yeah,
We got it done though. It was cool.
yeah,
Let's see. I think there's a few more questions. Yeah. When will I receive partner rewards in the dual rewards tasks?
yeah. That's a really, really good question. So if it's a pre TGE partner or project, you will receive the rewards at or around the time of the TGE. So um, we don't, we can't disclose that date, for obvious reasons. But yeah, that is the way that those ones will work.
And is that just for partner rewards, or is that also include the Sahara allocation?
Yeah, so for that's true for mixed rewards. So if you're completing a task that says mixed and it has Sahara and it has um, partner rewards attached to it, then you would receive the rewards at the time of the TGE. All the rewards, sorry. Yeah. But most of the projects we work with are, um, you know, it's not like you're going to be waiting like super, super long time. And we obviously vet the projects we work with to ensure that we're working with like partners that, we really believe in, and ones that we're excited to welcome into the ecosystem. So yeah, to feel like confident and excited to contribute to those tasks.
And if you're a project or a developer looking for data, how can they request to be added to the DSP?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the short answer is you can reach out to us. You can reach out to us on socials. You can join Discord. You can reach out to our BD team through our website. There's about like through the website is probably the best way, honestly. If you want to get in front of us quickly, and you're a project that like requires data. But yeah, for everyone else who maybe is just interested in what we're doing or wants to be a part of the community, then that's really where like Discord and the email lists become really useful.
Yeah. We'll also be updating the footer too on that website. So there'll be a little
Yes.
easy to
Yes.
use link that's just it's gonna take you to a forum,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to put all your relevant information there as well.
Yeah.
If you're shy
Yeah.
and don't want to DM me or Justin.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
How will DSP connect with Sahara's marketplace and agent builder?
Great question. So with the marketplace, I mean, you can imagine that if you're like a project or an enterprise that is wanting to contribute to the marketplace, maybe you have like proprietary, maybe you have open source data sets, maybe that you've had those data sets completed through DSP, um, you'd be able to directly transfer those over to the marketplace. And then as for users, at the individual level, like if you have open source data sets or you have proprietary data sets and maybe you want to monetize, that's something that you'd also be able to do in the future as well. Won't disclose too much else about that at the moment because, yeah, I think if you stick around, you'll see some exciting news in the near future. But yeah, the short answer is they are very much interconnected for both projects, enterprise, or for projects and enterprises, but then also for just like everyday users as well. So everyone can kind of benefit.
Good. That looks like it was most of the questions. I see just a few repeats. So yeah, we're also going to have a few different AMAs on Discord. So keep an eye out for those. If your question didn't get answered or you can think of any other questions, reach out to us on Discord, join those AMAs, and you can ask live then as well. We'll have them in, I think we're going to have one in Mandarin and Russian and in Korean, and then another English one. So I will be posting those at some point today or tomorrow on X, so you can keep track of all of that. There's also a post on Discord that's going to have all of that relevant information as well. Cool. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Justin, for joining us on this episode of Sahara AMA. Excited to have you. Excited to see everybody. Thank you for your questions. Go out, try DSP. It's open to everyone now. Thank you.